All right. I did not record me painting this. I painted this on my free time, but I just wanted to show you because I've been doing sketchbook tours, generally speaking, of my adventures. So here's what I got on this image, but let me show you the one prior because I don't think I shared this one. Yeah, I think I'm getting the hang of this gouache stuff, y'all. This one's pretty fun. Then I was messing around with um, and this is what I'm going to probably be painting over right now. I'm going to see if I can do some corrective measures. This guy looks so goofy to me, but it's okay. I'm gonna paint over. Actually, no, I think I'm gonna start from scratch. We'll see. No, I'm gonna paint over this guy. I think I can improve it. I rarely use this medium that it's called liquid chalk. No, charcoal. I keep getting that wrong. I keep calling it chalk. It's not, it's charcoal. Um, and I like it a lot, man. I like it a lot, but I'm still just trying to figure it out. And this is probably like my fourth attempt at it. These are like second and third, and then fourth. Actually, no, that's not true. It's like the fifth attempt because I did one prior. Here's one I did with a different brand. I like how this one turned out too. But I'm going to work on the one that I do not like. And that's kind of the theme of today's video. Somebody in the comments said something that I thought was pretty interesting, and I wanted to comment on it. Comment on the comment. Um, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give this guy a beard. We're going to completely change his facial features and just go all in. Oh yeah, already redeemed. Um, Somebody in a comment and they suggested maybe this would be a good topic to talk about, which is in general my confidence and my security that I have about what I do. Because I was talking in one of the previous videos, and one of the things that this commenter I think highlighted was that I just feel very comfortable, and that alone is a lot of the appeal of my videos. Is how comfortable I am explaining and talking about what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, and that he doesn't see that a lot in general from other artists. And I don't know if that's entirely true. There's definitely some artists that I could think of that are very confident in what they do and have a lot of, value in what they create. But I understand what he's saying, or they. I actually don't know their gender. But one of the things that I really do understand is that a lot of people feel a certain way about their work. They get really critical, almost so critical that it becomes a little bit like a problem. Like they get real down on themselves. And I don't really feel that way. I feel very confident and I feel very proud of a lot of what I do. And it's something I said in the previous video. I'll say it again in this one is that, you know, all of my hard work and all of my hard effort will be rewarded by having good artwork. And if I get caught up with a single piece of artwork that I make that makes me feel very negative, actually, is there a way it does feel very bright? Let me, yeah, that might be a little bit better. Because it's the sunlight's coming in, so it's making it feel extra bright. For me, it looks great, even when I have that light on. Um, and yeah, and I think that confidence allows me to not get too stressed out about having bad work here and there. Like the confidence in knowing that in time it will become great work and that my batting average will just become more and more consistent. But it's an underlying layer too that allows me to have this type of confidence, which is this simple fact that I am a big believer in myself. And I think this part of it is something that I've just learned over the years is just not true for everyone. Not everybody has this ability to be very confident in what they do and have a lot of confidence in their attempts. They get very judgmental immediately, and which is kind of what made me do that previous video, where I don't get too judgmental of my journey just because I know it's my journey, you know? And where this confidence comes from, I don't have a good answer to this because when I look at like my kids, especially like when I look at my one of my sons, like he is very aggressive about getting good at the things that he wants to get good at. And he has this kind of unearned confidence as well in many things, like this kind of arrogance. And I find it fascinating because it's not like I taught him any differently than I taught my daughter and my other sons. But for whatever reason, he just has that kind of ambition just built in and that like kind of unearned arrogance. When I look at my father, he's the same way. And this is why I'm saying I don't know if I have a good answer to this because it feels like I just kind of have a lot of this confidence built into my bones, even if I don't deserve it. But I think that confidence is worthless if it's not accompanied with some layer of um, self-awareness, meaning that if somebody proves to me within reason that I have a flaw in my abilities or I am not as good as I might think I am at something, just like many of you guys, I might get defensive at first, but as time goes on, if they are right, they're right. You know, if they're if they have a point, they have a point. It's really hard for me to argue against that. I get real um introspective once I am confronted with information that kind of goes against anything I might have believed before. It's not easy for even for me to kind of have those realizations, but it does happen. Okay, let's try to get some. Let's mix this up. And yeah, for me, I see that a lot of people just don't have that confidence in themselves. That's why, again, I did that whole video just to try to really help people come to terms with the fact that there's too much self harm. They're really hurting themselves more than they ought to, and it's preventing them from doing the kinds of stuff that I do think that makes them ultimately happy. You know, that's why I did that video because I believe this very strongly, and I think being secure in oneself is a reflection of good self care. That if you have a lot of, pride and a lot of, you know, justifiable pride and a lot of enjoyment in the things that you do create, then it becomes less and less an issue to be secure with yourself. Like insecurity starts to evaporate once you start to really build something for yourself and build this skill set and just trust in yourself a little bit more. One thing that I like to kind of remind people is that, like most things, you can learn. I gotta like wait for this paint to dry. I'm starting to realize. Um, you can learn almost anything, including self confidence. You know, it might look different for you. It might look different for everybody else. Oh yeah, I definitely need to let this paint dry, dude. I'm too eager. Here, let's just let it dry a little bit. What we can do though, we can do a little bit of mixing and matching. Well, some of it's still wet. Um, Little bit of blending. Yeah, this is very enjoyable to me. Um, yeah, but you can learn how to be confident in yourself and your abilities. I think, again, people feel that they have to wait around to get good at art before they can feel confident. It's like, well, no, do other things. Like, is there any other hobbies that you can do that are less detrimental to your ego? Like, learn juggling. It's very simple, it's very easy. Like, learn how to play an instrument, you know? Solve a Rubik's Cube or something, just something that's like so paint by numbers that just builds your confidence in general. That reminds you that, yeah, if you practice anything, you'll obtain some reasonable skill. Art is such a big thing to get good at, especially like painting, and especially like concept art and drawing from imagination. These are really, really hard skills to just pick up, you know? But, still life isn't. If you really stay focused for several hours throughout the week, you can really start to pick up just painting basic fruits and stuff. And that will have some carryover. Some, not a lot, but it will. But you're training confidence anyway. You're not training how to paint still life specifically as your main vocation. It's now just a hobby, you know? Man, this turned out pretty cool. This guy went from my least favorite on this page to something that I'm very happy about. Um, but again, if I would have beat myself up about it, I probably would be very sad and question everything in my life about me being an artist. But I didn't. I was like, no, I can draw better in time. I'll do better. And I also just wanted to paint over it anyways, since I didn't really like it. I was like, yeah, well, what's the worst that's going to happen? I didn't like it in the first place. So the worst that will happen, it will just get even worse, but I'll learn something about this process, and I'll just take that with me the next time I paint something. I'm going to add some red here. But I just wanted to do a quick follow-up video. I don't want to spend too much time. I have a lot of work to catch up on. Yesterday I couldn't do a video at all because of it. I had just had meeting after meeting after meeting. Um, it happens. Sometimes I'm in a tailspin of work and I just got to do it. But like I've been telling myself, especially for these YouTube videos, I don't need a lot of time. You guys don't need me to do 80-minute, 40-minute videos all the time. You guys really do like the fact that I can just show up and talk, even if it's for dozens of minutes. And if I do like a longer video or a longer um, piece of art with some more context, um, it's great. It's appreciated. But you also can be happy with like a short form video. One thing I'll talk about too in this video about when it comes to self-confidence is that it's good to like have people in your life that also believe in you. I have my family, like my wife, my kids are very supportive, very, very, very supportive of what I do and the goals that I have for myself, my wife especially. And if you have somebody like that in your life, like you should cherish that. I like a lot of my friends are like this. I have plenty of measurements here. Oh shoot. Hold on. I saw this James Gurney video where he was showing how he just smudges with like a napkin. And he's right, that works. Except I think I might have muddied the values right here in the cheek. But again, I'm not too worried about that. I am more worried about practicing than I am about trying to become the greatest painter in this one painting. It's just not reasonable. And again, I like that there was a mistake made because then I can try to see if I can salvage it. And it looks like I might be able to. We'll see. Yeah, look at that. Came up with a potential solution. And now that's in my Rolodex of approaches to fix potential fuck ups. It wasn't before, but it is now. But yeah, I wanted to use some red, but I think I want to stay hyper focused for that because obviously I'm like half talking, half paying attention to my painting, which is very rare. Usually I'm able to do both really effectively, but I think because the nature of like I'm in a position where I'm like I want to pay attention, I want to learn. I just got to shut up. But anyway, this is a lot of fun regardless. I'm glad I came back on top of this painting. I plan to do more start to finish videos of acrylic, but if you were hoping that, because I'm going to probably use the other image for the thumbnail, if you're hoping to see the process of that start to finish, this is the best you're going to get. Just because for now, I'm still like, I have to pay so much attention to like what I'm painting when I'm using these traditional tools, at least for now. In time, I will not. In time, I will feel very confident with the medium, and I'll be able to be just like I am with Photoshop or any other digital tool. But it turned out great. I do like how this one turned out. Um, in fact, I might just continue on this page and use this as a thumbnail. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. I might not because I just realized I need to get going and I want to upload the video so you guys have something to watch. But yeah, remember, self-confidence and confidence in oneself can be taught, can be trained, and can be learned. You just got to do it. Don't be afraid of feeling insecure about your progress and your work. That is your feelings that are valid and how you feel, but logically walk through the steps of why those feelings could be a detriment or how you can manage those feelings or exercises and things you can do, like I said earlier, like outside of art that can help build this type of confidence. If it is doing art still, then draw something that is like low stakes, something that is not that important. If you do screw up, go into the conversation with your artwork saying, I'm going to try to learn something here. So I'm bound to screw up. And I just got to take note of why I screwed up, how it made me feel, and what I can do to improve it next time. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, this is going to be a quick one for today, but maybe tomorrow I'll have a longer breath video for y'all. And if you haven't already, check my links down below to support me. I plan to do a course in the future, but I definitely have plenty of tutorials available. And my mentorship sold out as of recording this video in 26, all of the year. So I'll probably have openings to the mentorship sometime later this year, but we'll see. But anyway, for the next year, that is 2027. I hope you guys have a good one, and cheers.